not saying we did anything crazy, but like even the training is like, what have you done? You're not even in the military practically. Like,
yeah, you see a lot of that with the not like obviously the Navy has their good people. Not the Marines aren't perfect, but you see that with some of these other branches. It's like a lot of you guys are just civilians with like a military
yeah,
benefits. It's like there's not like anything military that some of these jobs get to do. Like,
yeah, and
oh,
and nothing against that. They need those people,
yeah,
absolutely. I'm not trying to completely shit on it, but it's like don't start shit with us if you fucking think you're something, because
yeah,
nobody's saying like we did anything or like there's respect to all the actual you know infantrymen, but
yeah.
the guys who actually like did shit. Um but then there's the opposite side of that. It's like, dude, you fill up a vending machine. Don't fucking try to get tough with me. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah. I don't.
hiding behind like a Navy. That was the worst part because like being a E3 is like someone trying to tell you what to do. Like,
Yeah,
it's like you're not even in my command at all. Like,
yeah, it's like I get it, being because like we were on ship tax together. It's like I get it, but at the same token, dude, it's like, dude, come on, man. Like you don't even wield the same firepower we do, man. You got a cart full of Cheetos and Takis, dude. I got shitty with a 240.
well, yeah, exactly. And then think about it, like the Iranians kept coming up to our ship on their little like jet skis or whatever.
I remember that now. Yeah,
The little surfboards,
jet skis.
pointing dishkas at us, and it's like, who goes out on the scat? They call scat over the intercom, and it's like fucking Marines go out, not for security, not like there's barely any sailors on scat. They fucking man certain shit, but it was 90% Marines on the outside.
What's
So
crazy is that, like a lot of the MAs, they kind of act and behave like us a little bit. They're very, I don't, it's weird to describe. Like one of my Navy friends at my school, he was an MA, like he did a similar thing, and I don't know, like just the way he conducts himself and the way that he talks about like infantry stuff. It's like he's almost very Marine-esque. Like you would almost never guess that they're sailors.
well, yeah, it's even like the like Navy corpsman is practically a Marine.
Hmm.
It's like the green side. You're with them the whole time. You're shooting. You got to carry a med bag on hikes. Like you kind of earn it in a way.
They're the cool cousin at the Thanksgiving table. Like you don't live in the same house that we do, like under the same rules, but like, dude, like there's a mutual respect.
Yeah, yeah. I think the best thing, like, it's probably like the coolest thing for them is like once the Marines like accept you, because they get fucking kind of hazed into the platoon too. Like,
Yeah,
and then once you're like, all right, that's our fucking boy, don't fuck with him. They kind of made it like within the platoon.
yeah.
It's like
It's
don't be fucking with our corpsman. We'll fuck
yeah,
you up.
it's funny. It's so funny to piece their lives together because I just did an episode with Rojas, and
Yeah.
then I've done a couple like with Doc Lucas, and then I did one with Joey, and just piecing together like from what I talk with them about like hearing the blue side, and then when they come to the green side, it's almost like they can. I don't know. It's kind of like to them, it's kind of like being with the cool kids a little bit. It's like they get to take the mask off a little bit. They get to break the rules, quote unquote. Like they.
Well, yeah. That's why I think the Marine Corps is awesome. Shit. That's why I think the drop the camera. That's why I think the Marine Corps is awesome too. Is like it's a little bit of the wild, wild west as far as where I think like other branches would be easier in a lot of ways. You'd be like, oh, I don't have to. Like I remember in Japan, we fucking like did a some kind of training event with the whole company. Just around the entire base was the event. Just
Yeah.
carrying ammo cans, sandbags, fucking. I don't know if we had logs, but normally there's logs. There was definitely stretchers. You always had a dude on the stretcher, and we were fucking running around the entire base with a guy on a stretcher.
Hmm.
And, just absolute chaos, people screaming, fucking hurry the fuck up. Like, but, but in a way, it's just like fucking fun. I don't know why. I kind of miss that. Like, just like the fuck over here, like let's go, like
Mhm.
you know, there's something different about it that you don't like. Going through really hard shit is just like, I don't know, makes the boys. And then you fucking go back to the barracks, shower off, fucking hit the PX, go get dinner. And then maybe if you have time off, go get some beers with the boys, the E Club or whatever.
Yeah,
Outside
it
of
hits.
like
It's
just
an interesting dynamic. Literally like 2 minutes ago, we were complaining about how like the Navy has it better than us in certain spots, but at the same token, like we'd rather not have that. We'd rather at least do the hard shit and at least have that.
well,
Trying to think of
as fucked up as this is, yeah, I'd rather have the hard shit and like, you know, the I don't know, just the mantra of the Marine Corps um than to be like, yeah, I was in the Navy. Like
Mhm.
unless you're like a SEAL, like no one cares.
Yeah,
Not that you do it for who cares or who doesn't care. You do it for you, but um
Mhm.
personally I like if I went back I wouldn't do it any other way besides maybe small like oh like maybe I should have done the indoc or
yeah.
XYZ, but other like realistically like you were in it, you made the decisions you made at the time, and that's where it got you. So
Oh yeah, because in terms of being just to kind of piggyback off that, maybe to wrap it and like articulate it better. You don't want to change in any other way or like go to another branch like if you had to do it back because there's more of a confidence like knowing that you can complete. Like for example, like everyone always says, Marine Corps is the higher standards. We have like the hardest boot camp. Our
yeah,
infantry trains a little harder. Our PT's harder. Our CFT's harder. And you always hear about us complain about it like while we're doing it.
well, that was
We have more of a pride about it because we know that like when we look back on it, it's like okay, I did that, and I'm
yeah, that was the best part. Is like I would have fucking never in my life would I like experience the pain that you experience on like the physical shit you do in the infantry. But
Mhm.
you're pushed to that point and you like reach new fucking limits that you never thought you could do. And I remember you brought up a thought that I had. I remember getting to the fleet, one of the first hikes we had, like we had like a 20K hike, like right off the bat, like first 2 weeks in, I think.
Yeah.
And obviously we didn't know at the time, it was just to fucking break us in and shit. But I remember our seniors and just thinking they were all fucking absolute animals because not only were they unbothered on the hikes as we're fucking struggling,
Uh-huh.
like they seemed completely unfazed, just absolute dogs. And then we'd get the 5 minute break on the hike. Like you put your pack down and shit. And I just see these guys like fucking around, having a good time, smoking cigarettes. I'm like, how are you smoking a cigarette on this hike right now? Like, I'm fucking dying.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, they were probably carrying a little less weight because they weren't new guys, but still, you know. So that kind of set the tone early. It was like, all right, the Marine Corps is some fucking. It's not what you think because like you see a Hollywood movie, you're like, all these guys are fucking gigantic, studs or whatever, and
Yeah.
not everyone looks like that.
No.
But you'll see a lot of times the guy that's fucking 120 pounds, but he's just a fucking absolute animal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and then of course you got the big motherfuckers too that act the same way. But
Hmm.
um, yeah, I don't know. It just set the tone early as far as like these guys are some fucking dogs, and that's what you want to kind of aspire to be. And then we had the chitties and like just fucking lunatics that are. It became like, all right, we're getting hazed and this sucks, but then it became like funny, like nothing you can do can touch us anymore because it's just funny to us, and
Yeah.
we're consistently just getting better and stronger, faster, whatever,
Hmm.
and then you're kind of up to speed on like, all right, this is what it is.
Yeah. I like that.
Hopefully that made sense. I don't fucking know.
It did. No, I mean it's we hit a bunch of different rocks going down the creek, but I mean we're just trying to piece it together, trying to articulate it. It's not like there's a lot of people doing it, or especially at our age, I mean, hey, we're in our mid-20s, we're still trying to make sense of it all, especially after
Yeah.
being out the past 4 years, because we've had time to
to kind of to reflect on it.
Yeah.
And you have a broader perspective of it too. Being a little older.
Yeah, maturing
at
life
the time
experience.
at the time you're in it, that's all you see, and then you kind of see like the big picture after.
Yeah.
And like what's it called? I don't know. It's just God, I lost my train of thought there, but
You're good, homie. We're trying to trudge along through this. It's difficult. I think we weren't paid to do that too much.
Yeah, I've definitely never done a podcast before. Never thought I'd be interviewed. So this is interesting.